What's up, everyone? I am back from another great week. Just trying to get that adjusted. The arm is like really, really flimsy and not strong. The plastic nut likes to come loose, even when there's nothing in it. But I digress. I didn't have much to go on this weekend. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, I didn't do nothing. I mean, of course I did stuff. I had to do stuff with my family, and most of that literally was probably spent looking around things, and it wasn't like I was just browsing. And I didn't even care about browsing. Even today, I know we had to do stuff and we did it, and I just don't like mindlessly walking around looking at things, wasting time. I know. But I do it because there's no other time for my wife to do it anyways, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, it was very uneventful. I pretty much wanted to ball out this weekend. I didn't really get a chance to be honest. By the time I got home Thursday, because even though it's my Friday, I think I slept for a couple of hours and woke up, and we left. Went and I had to go buy a blender type thing for my wife's dad, and we went to one Walmart, and we wanted to make sure the other Walmart had it, and they didn't have it, so we had to come back to grab this one. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to be balling out, but I'm glad my kids, they keep themselves occupied for the most part. I don't have to worry about anything. I mean, of course, when they were a little bit younger, it was like they didn't know how to keep their tempers and just getting in each other's nerves for some reason, and it just takes maturity, I think. And I'm glad that they've already went through all of that for my sake, because I don't have to worry about it. That's what makes it easier when you get older as a parent. Hopefully that they're a little bit, more self-aware and can do things for themselves, and it's a lot easier. Unfortunately, if your kids are smaller, you're kind of screwed. I'm sorry. There's no other way around it. I know when my kids were little, for the most part, it was either my wife or I. We were staying. One was staying home, the other one was working, and because at first it wasn't working that I did the babysitting thing, mostly just because my wife wanted to have a hand in the everyday things and learning, teaching, all that stuff, and which is great, and she did an awesome job. Like, I don't have to worry about it. But me having to work, I think I've worked overnights now for the past 9-10 years, something like that. It's been a while, but the only thing that bothers me is just the timing of it all, because when you have to work graveyards, the days are something that you can't really grasp. It all rolls into one, for me at least it does, because on my Fridays I don't really get to stay asleep. I can't do that because I have kids. I have to take a quick nap or whatever the case may be, and then stay up for the rest of the day. And now that the kids are back at school, it's a lot easier. But but still, that's what I have to do, just to stay around the family and be focused on not just one thing. It could be nothing, but keeping in mind, I always tell my kids that, that at any time, it doesn't really matter. Like, you need anything, any answer or anything like that. I mean, you have all these resources, and I don't tell my kids don't come to me at all, because they still do. But I just want them to know what they can do when I'm not there. It's a lot easier to be patient, right? And look that stuff up. I remember, I just moved to California when I was like 18 or something like that, and moved in with one of my sisters, and I literally sat at a computer and learning things. I would just go and try to learn, I don't know, game creation, website building. I mean, at that time it was a little bit different, but still, I've already had a hand in doing some of that while I was in school, and it was pretty awesome. I loved it, and most of it just required money to get started with it all, and it's the only thing that really turned me off, because I almost did go to college, but that was really expensive, and I didn't have the money for it, because you have to have a job even with financial aid, and my parents couldn't help because my parents didn't make much. My dad didn't. Dad still doesn't make much, but that's what kind of sucks when you're young. If you're doing it all by yourself, you gotta compensate for the lack of compensation, pretty much, and it's hard to do that with the market even nowadays. Like where I live at, it's hard to get a job. So I mean, if you burn a lot of bridges in a small area, you really don't have a really big selection of a job market to begin with. And even some jobs, like say Walmart, I know that you have to wait like 6 months or something like that. I'm not sure exactly, before you can reapply if you wanted to, depending on the reasoning of you leaving the job the last time. So it's a big deal, but yeah, for me, that's why I put things in containers. I kind of have to, because even though they might spill over, I still have the same things I have to do on a daily, weekly, and a monthly basis, which is work, pay bills, be with family, and then hopefully the stuff on the side that I want to put the time for. Even though I can tell you right now, I'm a lazy person. I really am. I'm very lazy. But I'm telling you, like, this is me. Like, I'm going to do it the way I want to do it, because it's just the way I think I should do it. If I want to put more energy into it, and I have that luxury of balancing myself out, not overextending myself, or under, for right now at least, it could change tomorrow. It could be changing next week. I could go back to whatever it was before. I mean, anything will and can change. But I'm not putting any time limits on things, except for some things. I mean, some things have to have time limits. Like I do have a promotional sweepstakes or whatever for some gaming mice I'm going to have out, but I can't put the link out yet until it starts. I believe it's going to be the 23rd of this month. I'll post a link somewhere in a whole bunch of places on both of my channels, all that stuff. But I mean, there's going to be 10 winners, and it really basically just follow the rules and you're good to go. But yeah, like, other than that, I don't really do much. I try not to overextend myself, because there's a lot to learn already with just one subject of editing, and I still got a lot to learn just with that. So, but I got to get going, guys. Time's running low. Talk to you later. Have a good weekend.